You have been searching for those expired cough drops from 2022 for the fourth time this month, but then you remember something that changed everything. 3 weeks ago, I opened my medicine cabinet and found 5 different pain relievers scattered across 3 different shelves. All of them expired since before my granddaughter was even born. But what I discovered next made me realize why I had been fighting the same organizing battles for 30 years without ever winning the war. I will tell you exactly what happened after decades of being the queen of domestic chaos. Because yes, dear friend, I was that woman who mixed different cleaning products thinking it would work better. I was the one who left clothes in the washing machine until they smelled like a forgotten basement. I was the person who had 3 different can openers but could never find any of them when I needed to open a simple can of tomatoes. Do you also have that sensation of running in circles inside your own home? But you know what? None of that made me a failure. On the contrary, it taught me something that experts take years to discover. Real organization does not come from perfect magazine tricks, but from understanding how our daily life actually works. And what I am about to tell you will change your perspective forever. Professional organizers have revealed something revolutionary. The first step is to take a breath and spend time thinking about what you want to organize and how you want to do it. Do not expect organization to happen overnight, but there is a secret that most people will not tell you, and when I discovered it, everything changed. If you dedicate 15 minutes each day to order, you will turn this activity into a routine that you will enjoy. Exactly what I learned when I finally stopped trying to be the supermom who could do everything. But here comes what nobody tells you in those perfect internet tutorials. Do you know why women continue to be the main responsible parties for keeping the home organized? The data is shocking. Women spend 12.6 hours per week on cooking, cleaning, and other housework, while men spend only 5.7 hours. Women spend 2.2 times the amount of time that men do on household work and taking care of children. How many hours of your life have you already lost searching for things that should be in their proper place? Each day that you postpone organizing, you lose an average of 30 minutes searching for things. 30 daily minutes that become 182 hours per year. More than 22 working days lost just searching for objects in your own home. Subscribe if you want to finally stop losing hours of your life to chaos and discover the peace that comes with knowing exactly where everything belongs. Because what comes next will revolutionize your way of seeing home organization. Now, let me tell you about the day that everything changed for me. It was an ordinary Tuesday in March. I had spent the entire morning looking for a simple, clean spoon for my coffee. The kitchen looked like a battlefield after a hurricane. I was on the verge of a nervous breakdown when the doorbell rang. It was my daughter with my 2-year-old granddaughter, who came as a surprise. At that moment, I asked myself a question that broke my heart. What would my granddaughter think of grandmother's house? But what I discovered the next day surprised me more than everything that came before. I realized that I was not the only one. Millions of women live exactly the same situation every day, and the solution is not where we all think it is. The key is not cleaning the entire house in one day like movie heroines. It is better to focus on small spaces, like drawers, closets, corners, or shelves, and not on entire rooms. And you, which drawer frustrates you the most? Tell me in the comments which corner of your house steals the most patience from you, because surely many of us will feel identified. But there is something that professional organizers discovered and that I learned the hard way. Each organized drawer is a victory that gives you energy to continue. Each cleared corner reminds you that you can achieve it. And when you start accumulating these small victories, something magical happens that I will reveal to you in a moment. Do you know what is the difference between women who keep their house organized and those who constantly struggle? The answer left me speechless when I discovered it. Disorder does not accumulate in one day, so do not expect it to disappear in one day. An organization expert recommends scheduling time to work on your home, using a timer, and applauding your effort at the end of each session. At first, I felt ridiculous doing it, but later I realized that it was the first time in years that I gave myself recognition for my work at home. Now comes the confession that embarrasses me. For years, I thought that organizing was a matter of having pretty products. I ended up having so many organizers that my living room looked like a pharmacy of useless boxers. I bought organizers like miracle medicines. I was completely wrong. The reality is that when organizing the house, it is important to detach yourself from those items that you do not use. Experts call it the principle of always suggesting to get rid of trash first. Simple, but effective like nothing else. And here comes what changed everything for me. Now comes the part that really transformed my life. How to divide the work without going crazy. Because organizing the entire house can feel like climbing Mount Everest in high heels. But I discovered something that specialists call the 20-minute method, and the results left me speechless. Do you know what works better than any complicated system? Assigning a specific place to each thing. The secret of order at home is assigning a space to each object and piece of furniture. It is like having a postal address for each object in your house. Each thing has its postal code, its neighborhood, its specific house. But here comes what really changed my life. Understanding that organization is a daily process, not a one-time event. And when I understood this, my house was transformed in a way I did not expect. Maintaining your home organized long-term requires continuous effort. Specialists recommend establishing daily routines. I will give you an example of my routine that changed everything. Mondays, I organize medicines. Tuesdays, one kitchen drawer. Wednesdays, a corner of the living room. Thursdays, a section of the bedroom. Fridays, the bathroom. Just 20 minutes per day. Do you see the pattern? It is not overwhelming, but at the end of the week the entire house looks different. But what happened after 3 months applying this exact routine was even more surprising than the organized spaces themselves. Have you felt that mixture of frustration and laughter when you find something you had been looking for months in the most obvious place? Or when you open a drawer and everything flies out like it was a surprise box? But let me tell you something that happened to me 2 months ago and that demonstrates exactly why this system works. I was in the middle of a virtual work meeting when my mother-in-law called to tell me she was coming in 20 minutes with some friends. A year ago, that call would have been my worst nightmare. I would have hung up and run like crazy through the entire house, closing doors, hiding things under beds, sweating like it was a marathon. But that day, do you know what I did? I calmly finished my meeting, put on a little lipstick and received them with freshly made coffee. There was nothing to hide because each thing was in its place. Here is where I need to share something hilarious that happened last week. My granddaughter came to visit and within 5 minutes she had scattered her toys everywhere. But instead of panicking like before, I simply handed her a small basket and said, "Let us put each toy to sleep in its house." She turned it into a game. What used to stress me out became a bonding moment. When children understand the system, they actually enjoy following it. Do you want me to share my complete 20-minute weekly routine, step by step? Comment YES if you want a detailed breakdown of exactly what I do each day. Hit the notification bell if you are tired of feeling overwhelmed every time you walk into your own home and want to experience the relief of true order. What comes next may be the turning point you were waiting for. The magic is in converting these small tasks into automatic habits, like learning to drive. At first you think about each movement, but later it becomes natural. Develop order habits and you will avoid disorder accumulating. But let us go to the practical part, because I know you are thinking, "Clara, I have 3 children, I work full-time, a husband who leaves everything lying around, and I barely have time to breathe." I understand you perfectly. The answer is in organization by categories, not by rooms. Instead of "today, I am going to organize the entire kitchen," say "today, I am going to organize all the medicines in the house." It is a method to order an entire house, analyzing elements by category. You collect all the medicines from all places: medicine cabinet, kitchen, bedroom, purse. You organize them all at once. Do you know why this works better? Because when you organize by categories, you really see how much you have of each thing. It is impressive to discover 5 tubes of cream scattered around the house, or repeated medicines in different places. It is making a real inventory of your life. Have you had that experience of finding 3 pairs of scissors in different places and then not finding any when you need them? Or discovering that you have enough plastic containers to open your own Tupperware store? And here comes the revelation that changed my perspective forever. You do not need to be perfect to have an organized house. But what I discovered about the emotional impact left me completely shocked. Organization in the home not only facilitates daily life, but also contributes to your emotional and mental well-being. An ordered environment promotes calm and reduces stress. I proved this when my granddaughter started walking around the house. Before I spent 15 minutes picking up before her visit. Now her visit is pure enjoyment. Have you felt that anxiety of hiding everything when the doorbell rings? That feeling of panic when unexpected visitors arrive and you run like crazy closing doors of messy rooms? But what happened when I involved my husband was even more surprising than I expected. Something nobody tells you: how to handle family resistance. Not everyone is going to applaud your new system. My husband took months to get used to it. At first he protested, "Why cannot I leave the keys here?" But home organization must be a team effort. The key is involving everyone without making them feel judged. Instead of "you never put things in their place," try with "I am organizing so we can all find things more easily." It is the same message with a positive approach. How many family discussions could you avoid if everyone knew where each thing is? How much stress would be eliminated from your home if nobody had to ask, "Where is it?" But what I learned later about maintenance systems surprised me completely and changed my way of seeing free time forever. However, the breakthrough moment came when I realized something that no organizing book had ever told me. Organization is not about having things perfect. It is creating systems that work for your real life, not for Instagram. For example, I used to fold clothes perfectly like elegant store clerks. But my drawers became a disaster as soon as I looked for something. I changed the strategy. Now I fold practically, not perfectly. It is less Instagrammable, but much more functional. How many times have you organized a space perfectly only for it to become messy in days? Are you the only one in your house who seems to care about order? Comment yes if you feel like you are fighting this battle alone. The most exciting part is when you start seeing real results. Not just having things ordered, but how it changes your mood. When it is organized, it not only looks better, but it feels better. Disorder causes stress and anxiety, while an ordered environment promotes calm and mental clarity. I clearly remembered the first day I woke up and did not have to look for keys, did not have to search through the kitchen to find a spoon, did not have to wonder where the phone charger was. It was like breathing fresh air after being locked up for months. That feeling of control is priceless. But I will be completely honest, there will be days when everything looks messy again. There will be crazy weeks with meetings, sick children, family emergencies, and that is okay. The difference is that now you have a system to return to. You do not start from zero. It is like riding a bicycle. Once you know how, even if you spend months without practicing, the knowledge is still there. Your organization systems are the same. Once internalized, even when everything becomes messy, you know exactly what to do to return to order without feeling overwhelmed. Do you want to know what the most significant change was? The time I gained for important things. When you know where things are, you do not waste time looking for them. Before, I spent 30 minutes daily searching for things, 30 minutes that became 3.5 hours weekly. Time that I now use for calm coffee, reading, sitting in the garden, or simply doing nothing without guilt. Each minute you gain organizing is a minute you can dedicate to what you really love. Each system you implement is an investment in your future tranquility. If this resonates with your daily struggles and you want to transform your relationship with your home, subscribe to the channel and activate notifications. These strategies need to become part of your routine for them to create lasting change. To finish, the most important reflection. It is not about having a perfect house like magazines. It is about having a house that works for you and your family. Creating a space where you live with tranquility, find things without stress, receive visitors without panic. True organization is an act of love toward yourself and toward those who live with you. It is giving them and giving yourself the peace of an ordered home, the comfort of finding everything in its place, the tranquility of a space that invites rest instead of generating stress. How much more time will you allow disorder to control your life? How many more hours will you lose searching for things? How many more moments of family peace will you sacrifice for not having a system that works? Always remember, nothing has to be perfect to work. It just has to work for your real life. And if a 60-year-old woman who did not know how to boil water when she got married succeeded with this system, it will work for you too. Because we all deserve to live in a home that is our refuge of peace, not our daily battlefield.